is this good engagement rate? What is it all about and what does it mean? Well, first of all, it's really important to understand what is a good engagement rate. Okay. So what is engagement, first of all? What is it? What does it mean? Okay. So I'm just going to share with you a Facebook post that I did a few months ago. And I'm going to show you all the different engagement areas that people can do on your post. So engagement is basically an action that someone makes on your post. So this is a Facebook post, and I've highlighted in yellow all the different engagement opportunities. So obviously people can like, comment, and share. We know that, we can see that. You can also click on to see who's liked it and who's commented on it. Now, the one thing to understand is that most people on social media are what we call lurkers. They'll lurk in the background and they'll never engage with your posts, okay? But they can still take action. They can still engage with those posts, and the social media algorithms, the social media robots are monitoring who's clicking on your posts and where, not just your likes, your shares, your comments. So it's really important to understand that actually, if someone clicks on the image of your post, that's classed as an engagement. If someone stops and hovers over your post, that's classed as an engagement. If someone clicks on your profile link, the date the post was created, the hashtag, whoever's been tagged in, the see more button, the 3 dots here. As you can see, there are loads and loads of ways that people can click on your posts. Okay. So there's about 13 just on a Facebook post alone. So again, even though you think you're not getting likes and comments, people may still be seeing your posts, and that's still classed as engagement. Okay. So when we were looking at engagement then, Hootsuite did a survey last year. They looked at about 12 industries and they went through and they looked, right, well, what is good engagement rate? Now, the way they collated these statistics was they looked at the number of impressions. So how many times a post had been put into someone's newsfeed, because sometimes it will say you've reached 100 people or you've got 100 impressions. That means that that post has been popped into someone's newsfeed, okay? Because your post doesn't always go into all your followers' newsfeeds. So based on that data, it said with regards to Instagram, if it went in hundreds of people's newsfeed, 2% are likely to engage with that. And that's classed in an average engagement rate last year. For Facebook, probably looking at 1.5 people might engage with it. Twitter or X, 1.6%, LinkedIn 2.8%, TikTok 2%, Instagram Reels 1.9%. Now, your social media platforms are not necessarily all going to give you this engagement rate. Okay, so I'm going to show you in a second what sort of data you can be looking at. But that is generally classed as the average engagement rate. It is massively different across all sectors. Okay, it's hugely different across a lot of sectors. So again, your engagement rate, hospitality, for example, tends to be a lot higher. So that engagement rate is likely to be higher. So it does depend on your sector. But I really think we need to be looking at other things, because engagement rates are not the be all and end all. Engagement rates are important for increasing the reach of your posts. But if the right people aren't engaging with your posts, then it's absolutely pointless for business. So I'm just going to give you a good example of a couple of posts that I did actually. People are obsessed with how many people you reach, how many impressions you get on a post. And then we know the more engagement you get, the higher the reach and the higher those impressions are going to be. However, there's a big caveat to that, because this is an example on the left of a LinkedIn post that I did. It was a couple of years ago now. I took 2 really good posts and I sort of mashed them together to create this one. And it had 1,673 likes, 233 comments. It reached over 70,000 people on LinkedIn. And it was a little bit of sort of clickbait, I suppose. It's a bit like, if you spot this post, to please do give us a like. And also, whilst you're there, not many people engage. So please do say hello and introduce yourselves. Tell us what you do. Okay. So that reached over 70,000 people. This one, on the other hand, this was just a quick, simple video where I'm sharing some tips about the events option that you can create on LinkedIn. That had 1,100 views. Okay. Now, why am I on social media? Okay. I'm not on social media to get lots of impressions, lots of reach. I'm actually on social media to get business. Yeah. And that's why you should be using social media as well. So this one on the left, funnily enough, it reached over 70,000 people, but it didn't get me any business inquiries whatsoever. People were just interested in promoting themselves. Okay. Whereas this one, I'm sharing some useful information, got 2 inquiries from it. Okay, 2 business inquiries. So this is what I'm saying. It doesn't matter about how much engagement you get necessarily. It's making sure that you're engaging with and reaching the right audience who are interested in what you've got to offer and what you've got to buy. Okay. So this one is Ronnie. She's in one of our members of the social flock. Now, if you have a look at this, this was a LinkedIn post. She got 12 likes. It had 1 comment, but she got 2 business inquiries from this one post. And that is much more important than how many people have engaged with it. Okay. That post is going to her target market and she's getting inquiries from it. Again, this one from Vandal. This is Jenny and Vandal. They have a high-end restaurant in Warrington. She'd scheduled in 3 posts for an amazing Sunday roast dinner. The first post went out. She got 12 likes, 2 comments, 3 shares, which is not the best reach she ever gets in the posts. The second post went out 7 days later. She had 95 covers. So she had 95. She needed to get 95 people booked on. She had 95 covers. She scheduled this one in as well. After the second post, they were booked out for the Sunday roast. So you have to go back in and edit this and put sold out. Okay. So this is about understanding your audience and what they want. It's not about trying to get the most likes and comments on a post, because that's not your objective. Your objective is to get business. Okay. And the social media does help. Social media platforms do help because they have lots of statistics they can offer you. So if your engagement rate is dropping, you will be able to see it. So for example, this is my TikTok that I did a couple of weeks ago. I'm trying to be more consistent. TikTok, I'm not, it's not one of my main platforms that I personally post on. I do lots of training on TikTok, but I don't potentially post myself. So I thought I'm going to be a bit more consistent and see if I can increase engagement. And they will tell you how well you are doing. As you can see, it's going up in that engagement. So look at your statistics. Don't get too obsessed about your engagement rate. As long as it's going up, as long as you feel like you're improving, and as long as you're getting those business inquiries, that's what it's about. And if you're not, and if you're struggling, and if you need a bit more help and support when it comes to being made accountable to make you get that content out, then do come and join the social flock.